on one, or would you say one?
Oh my god! I've been recording the whole time. I haven't stopped.
Is it 3, 2, 1, go, or is it 3, 2, go?
Clearly, we are
Unscripted.
There you go.
like
That's a
that.
good marker
Like
right
the
there,
segue.
too.
Yeah.
Because I'm
like the
already
segue.
admitted in. Because I'm already admitted on the recording. You're gonna have to.
Oh, that's fine. I can line it up from the end of the where it stops. Easy.
Unscripted.
Well, I know we're a week almost removed from this recording, but I think it's the first time I'll say two things about a PLE from WWE. And the first one is the women's match, that highlights, either a Royal Rumble or something like that. I usually say it's better than the men's. It's always perfectly crafted. It's well done. This was not the case this time. And I would also say that this was the worst War Games since they put on War Games. And it's still very good, but this is the worst one that they've done.
And that was
of the three.
probably the worst War Games match so far, I think.
Ever in the history of War Games?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
there's been
As far as the
There's
There's been
been
a
some
couple pretty bad
revised.
WCW ones. Yeah.
Yeah, because WCW had some.
But
like,
it is.
comes
I would
out.
say it's the worst match of WWE's War Games.
Yeah.
that first match.
Would you
definitely
argue
is.
That's pretty bad.
that? Would you argue that it was kind of just, to me, like I just didn't seem invested in the match. Like it just seemed like it was they
That's
had a
part of
5-on-5 just to be. It felt forced. Like,
Yes.
we need another guy. Let's get CM Punk.
Well, the men's.
Oh, I'm
made
sorry.
more
I'm
sense. The men's made
referring.
more
I'm referring
sense.
to the
women's.
I'm referring to the
one did
ladies.
not.
too.
No,
I mean,
but
I mean, it did.
But the
was
women's
also
felt
forced.
like that too. The women's felt
Yes.
like that too.
I didn't feel like
They
the men
both
was.
felt. They both felt like a throwback to like the original Survivor Series where you just throw 5 random people together that go fight each other with no storyline whatsoever. I mean,
The ultimate team.
Well, the men's did. The men's was the whole
is that
Bloodlight thing.
Is that
They
an
just each
example
had
just
a
of
random
of
one member.
overbooking then? Is that like, or no, not really? Did they just, was it just not
What happened?
executed correctly? Were both War Games like an example of overbooking, or did they just not have enough ideas or execution to
I thought
make
the men's was fine
as
because
good as last 2 years?
the men's was fine because it made sense storyline wise. It was the Bloodline factions feuding with each other. The only thing that they had to each get a random fifth guy, but
Some would say Punk felt forced. Bronson was definitely forced. He had no business being there.
But even like
for the ladies, it's even worse, Joe. To your point,
Yeah.
like, weren't Bailey and Io just feuding like 6 months ago, and now they're on the same team? It's so weird. It's just again, it's a lack of the amount, not the amount of talent, because they have the talent throughout WWE and NXT, but they don't have it on the roster. So
I would say the Punk
and injuries haven't helped them either.
addition was fine just because Paul Heyman is linked to it, and Punk's getting his own, whatever his favor or whatever out of it. So it's like,
I mean, to me, that was the most.
a little bit.
To me, the most interesting part of the men's match was the idea of the favor. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's kind of a cool thing, because otherwise I didn't really care. Especially, I thought
the
it was. I
favor's,
thought it
like,
sucked
really
that.
dumb.
Yeah, right. Like it's like.
Like they do a
like-
backstage segment to reveal the favor, and he's like, "All
So
right,
you gotta drive
CM
me
Punk?"
to the airport to my
He's
friend's
all,
wedding.
your rental car has been
Which
paid
is on
for.
a random Wednesday.
$5.
Hey,
You have to help me move, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, CM Punk.
I have a recliner that needs to go upstairs, and I need you. And Brock said he is not available.
Pivot.
I didn't like that they. I didn't like that they beat Solo though. Like again, making him why not just throw him out?
right.
Like it's just he seems like worthless at this point.
No, they
he was-
made up for it tonight for them, the Bloodline, that they're gonna still.
He beat the shit out of LA Knight.
They beat the shit out of everybody. They beat the
Andre,
shit out of
yeah.
everybody. Yeah, backstage,
That was
everything.
another
Yeah.
part of the PLE too that I didn't understand. Like, and I think we all love Shinsuke. Nobody's really saying he's a terrible wrestler or anything. But how does a guy lose for over 2 years and then just comes back and
Yeah,
wins the
that
NXT
was-
title out of nowhere?
That match
Like,
was
out of
definitely the
nowhere.
Halloween 3 of matches when it comes to WWE. You guys don't get the reference to Halloween 3. Just
Halloween.
the most
Yeah.
random, weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
that's
really
how that
random.
went.
And
3 more days till Halloween. Halloween. Halloween.
Halloween 3 is the one where Michael Myers isn't in it, right?
Yeah, that's
right.
the, yeah.
It's like
yeah.
it's like
That's what I'm saying, so.
it's like the masks are possessing people.
If you had to put the
that's
feeling
I
in
remember that.
something that you could
Silver
picture,
shamrock masks.
it would be the Halloween 3. Just like the Survivor
Yeah.
Series was probably the Halloween 3 of all the Survivor Series right there.
What if
What we
we
got.
get
Yeah.
away from Michael Myers? What? He's already died twice. Okay,
So-
Yeah.
let's.
It's the Tokyo Drift of the Fast and Furious.
There you go.
There's no
franchise.
way
There
he's
you go.
coming
It's
back
just
after
out
we
of
do a third
nowhere,
without
yeah.
him for 4, 5, 6, 7,
The
8, 9, 10,
Rocky
11, 12.
V of Halloween movies.
Ooh, yeah, but wait. Point of reference. I do believe, Craig, you are the biggest fan of Rocky V.
I do believe you are disqualified for making any Rocky V jokes. That's been established years ago.
He plays "Go For It" over and over in his car.
My ring's outside.
Yeah,
That was
listen,
a pile on.
I've been a defender of her or whatever, but Nia Jax fucking sucked.
Well, she sucked that
Jesus
night for
Christ.
sure.
She's terrible.
And Naomi did too.
I
hate to
don't
say
know.
it.
I don't know if somebody told her to pull back, and then
Naomi
she
always
pulled back
sucks.
way too much.
Yeah, Naomi
the
always
sheer shots
flubs
were
it.
ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Naomi was like extra
Yeah.
soft. It's not that she. I mean, she was slow. I don't know. It was kind of yeah.
Even when Candice LeRae did the
I mean, what am I gonna
moonsault
say?
on
I'm
the
not into
table,
fucking
like,
wrestling,
and
so
she
what am I-
overshot
She missed
it, and
it.
I was like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Like Io Sky did a flip around and then dropped down and just punched what's her face in the ass, and I'm like, okay, like what are we doing?
They were
here?
calling for shots that nobody was doing in the middle of the ring before they got to the final set. Like they didn't. It seemed like nobody really took care of the match from minute one to when the match. When they said the match
when they
actually
did
starts.
the up above
All
shot
that was
that
clustered.
showed both rings in one shot.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
time they did that, you watch the women, they were crawling around on the ground talking to each other, like faces
yeah.
and heels. And I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it. Like, I almost shut the TV off.
was a mess.
Like, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
I was
And
like,
that's
what
the
is
thing,
it?
we
AEW Women's Division
usually-
in disguise here today? No, I'm just kidding.
We usually don't have these kind of comments about WWE PLE stuff. It's just I know Craig's like you asshole.
No,
But, like-
no, not wrong.
It's really like it's something that hasn't come up in a really long time. I don't think it shows that the WWE is thin on talent in that division. That's
No.
not the issue. I think to Joe's point, we weren't invested. It sounds like they weren't invested. The storyline kind of went all over the place. People were shoved together at the last minute, and then on top of that, it feels like nobody really walked them through their match. Whoever was choreographing that match should have spent more time with them, especially from the time frame of before the match starts, when everybody's in the ring and they
Well,
actually
nobody was shoved
develop
together.
it.
Like, Io Sky was the only one that was shoved in. She replaced Jade, and that was it. On the men's side,
Yeah.
Bronson was announced a month ago. So there was no substitutions on either side.
I'm not,
CM Punk was
no, I'm
planned.
not, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is like, why?
Yeah,
does
they
that
all
make
were connected.
sense?
They're all connected in
Yeah,
some way. There's a
Heyman's
few.
connected with Punk. Like that's all
Yeah.
done on purpose. There was no injury substitutions for that at all.
I don't see the Bronson thing making
But
sense.
Bronson is weird. I will give you that because he was on the Raw feud with Seth, and then all of a sudden, I mean, and they had good matches or whatever, and Seth kind of ultimately went over. And then
They got
I
another
was
Islander.
thinking, okay, maybe he's
What do you mean?
maybe he's jumping on SmackDown. Well, apparently he just went on the War Games to break both ankles and leave
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah,
so maybe that's,
he's that might work itself.
yeah. There was
out. And,
multiple people like what's his face, Jimmy Uso broke his toe.
yeah,
Tonga Loa wasn't on SmackDown tonight, so I guess he must have
They're
gotten.
all jumping off the fucking top rope like Edge. Didn't he teach you anything?
I was like,
a
yeah,
few
did they
months
learn
ago?
anything from
yeah, because
Edge?
Bronson landed like
Adam
Edge.
Copeland
Bronson's
botched for your
feet-
sins, and then you're not even repaying him.
I
Like,
felt
you don't-
like Bronson pulled back because he thought Roman was going to get pulled out fast enough. Like, dude, you need to go like you're going to hit him.
Yeah.
and you need to land on your belly and chest. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
are going to hurt yourself.
And if you hit him, so what? I mean, at that point, like you're the one that's going to
shit
get hurt.
happens, yeah, you can't move him out of the way. Like you need to move
And then
like you're going to hit him.
Tonga hurt his elbow.
Yeah, Tonga Loa. Yeah,
I
because
think
he
that
wasn't on
might.
SmackDown
Do you think that was
tonight
an
either.
existing injury and he just needed surgery and that this was a good excuse, or did he do it in the match?
That I don't know.
They said he hurt himself in the cage, but I don't know if maybe he had a pre-existing injury and they used it, and then ironically two other people really broke shit or something. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, because they were missing from tonight. Yeah, Bronson and obviously Bronson and then Tonga Loa wasn't out there
And
tonight.
Solo did say I'm 2 men down.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
said I'm missing two
When-
soldiers. Yeah.
What a mess. Come on, what a mess.
Yeah, it
Well,
was,
and you, I
that's
just
the
wish
worst,
they would
guys.
get
I
off
mean, come
the.
on, we've been against
I
Will,
would
right?
wish they'd just get off this kick. I know that they thought that both War Games matches would be, they were longer.
That would make
obviously,
up for it, yeah.
So it took up the majority, but you need a fifth match, man. This whole 4 fucking match pay-per-views, stop it.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, you're
they only
giving
do
too
that
much-
when they have the big gimmick matches like that. The Royal
Yeah,
Rumbles.
and unfortunately, it gives it. If you cut 5 minutes off the women's and 5 minutes off the men's, I think that maybe some of those botches would be eliminated, or they
Yeah.
would. Instead of 18 people jump off the top rope, we'll just have one, or off the top of the cage. We'll just have one.
Yeah.
So poor Bronson will just die. That's it. We won't kill anybody
Yeah.
else.
Well, they all
No,
want
it's
to jump
just-
off that
it's
cage.
just
Well, yeah, well,
weird.
there's only 4 or 5 matches. Everything's so long, or there's just
Hey.
a bunch of fluff and after.
Even though the
I'm like, I'm
the
tired of
Intercontinental
watching
title
a
match,
shit
the
ton of
Intercontinental title
ads.
match was awesome.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah, of course it was.
I think the biggest thing that they need to be careful about with these PLEs is, and I know they make a shit ton of money, but I get exhausted with the amount of ads and product,
Yeah.
That's because we don't pay for the ad
advertising
free.
stuff that
We don't pay
placement-
for the ad free Peacock.
Well, just,
No, I'm just saying- I'm just saying-
I see.
Just as
I don't know what you
I-
guys are talking about.
No,
just
I
as a
do.
no.
I do pay
You
for the
guys
ad
just
play-
keep
the ad
talking. I
free
got
shit.
to talk to my other friends.
I'm just talking about like all of the nonsense that they fill with. I pay for the I pay for the ad free, but like
all
don't
the stuff
see
they
you in the
insert
chat,
like
Joe.
a backstage promo, like
I don't
like
see
for
you in the
an
fucking
advertisement
chat.
or something, where like it looks like they're doing a promo or something.
yeah, it's just nonsense. Like it just is. It
Yeah,
seems silly.
I get
There's
what
too
you
much.
mean, yeah.
There's too much backstage fluff. Like I don't want to. As much as AEW, there's no break, which is exhausting. WWE has too much like stuff that should be on Raw in the middle of everything, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm
So
exhausted.
our best
They've sold
friend
the
and
ad
biggest
space, though.
our best friend, biggest fan, and only subscriber, Brian Alvarez, was there live, and he said that he's like he's like both like companies are too extreme. He's like AEW is like match, and he's like I can't take a piss, I can't go get another drink, I can't do anything because I'll miss something. Like
Yeah.
he's like, and their entrances are reasonable, but he's like I almost want them to just to give me a little breather. He's like I almost want the intermissions from back in the 80s to come back for
Right.
AEW pay-per-view, so you have 15 minutes or 20 minutes to go piss and get something to eat or whatever.
Oh.
He's like, with WWE, it's like the match. He's like, when you're there live, you are doing nothing for 15 fucking minutes, like between matches.
Yeah.
And the crowd's getting restless and everyone's on their phones and like, then everyone starts rushing to the concession stands and then they don't come back in time for the match when it does start, like the next one. So he's like, there's got to be some kind of give there.
And
He's like,
on top of that, not every I could deal with it. I could deal with Roman's like 14-minute entrance. I don't want to see a 14-minute entrance on every single person that comes out. As much as I love Drew doesn't need a 14-minute. 6 minute.
calm down.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Like,
Dude, I
like
like that, Drew.
Slow down.
like,
We're getting crazy.
Seth doesn't need like 15 minutes of people singing Seth's song. I
Yeah.
get it. Okay.
Yeah,
Orton,
yeah.
Like
I agree
whatever.
with
I'm
that.
like I'm bored. I'm bored. Like
I mean, I know that's part of the thing, right? Like WWE's been noticed for years, like their entrance is a thing as well, like
Yeah.
it's part of their thing. But yeah, it does get a bit like old. Like
Or even
after-
like-
or
even
on
on-
Raw,
on-
I'll forget they'll bring someone out and then they show not commercials. They show so many recaps and ads. I forget that they have a match in the ring, and then they go
Yeah,
back
they do that
and
a
the
lot.
person's still in the ring. I'm like, holy shit! I thought like we were just doing a recap
Yeah,
for
they
a few
do.
minutes
They
and then
do
going to
take you on a
commercial.
trip.
Shit,
You do
man. Like
lose
yeah.
track of space and
And
time.
on the flip side, even Kevin Owens said it tonight on Raw and during the interview. He's like, Cody doesn't get one. He doesn't get two. 3 things to pyro. 3 pyro. That's bullshit.
So funny.
Yeah, Owens is great, dude. I love Owens.
And if I can
I
just
love it, man.
interject, I think on behalf of Dave and myself, Joe and Jess, I don't know about Cuz, we don't
What?
appreciate you flaunting your wealth and elitism in our face because you pay for Peacock
You're talking to me?
Premium. Yeah.
Huh? What?
Oh,
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry.
sorry guys.
I'm not gonna. I've been a wrestling fan for a long time. I'm not gonna watch it like poor people. All
Oh
right.
yeah, I'm not.
You know what
I'm
you
not
guys talking
paying for
about?
that.
Oh man,
I'm not paying for ad free. Fuck that.
Sorry,
Like
I
the
try to
Forest
tell my
thing.
other friends that I have a podcast thing I'm doing on Fridays.
I'm
and
not
stop
paying
that
ad free
shit.
on Peacock. If it was the network and the way the network was before, I would pay $9.99 for that. Not for Peacock. Fucking piece of shit app.
I can't sit
Look.
through the ads. I won't.
But
shows,
I mean,
it
I
really
understand
shows.
that too, though.
It's $5. I'm happy to pay it.
I understand that
happy
too,
to
though.
pay
I do get the itch to sometimes be like, you know what, just fuck this shit.
When I get some of that fuck you money back, I'll pay it.
Pay the $9.99.
It's not so much the ads during the live events. It's when I go watch WrestleMania 30 and be like, and the opening thing with like Hogan and Rock and Austin in the ring doing their thing, and in the middle of their speeches they go to a fucking 2-minute commercial, and I'm like, nope, not good.
Yeah, I couldn't tolerate that.
Yeah, no, like this. I signed up for the ad Peacock, watched WrestleMania 30 for like 4 minutes, and then changed it.
Yeah,
over.
see, I
was like,
haven't
I'm not gonna
really
like-
gone and watched old pay-per-views when it's under Peacock. I
know,
really
it's-
don't. I just
It
watch the
will-
live.
You'll immediately, if you go watch any old pay-per-view, you're like, oh, I totally want to watch this. And in the middle of fucking as Hogan's about to slam Andre, it goes to a 2-minute commercial.
Yeah.
You'll fucking pay for it.
Oh yeah, I'm
The
sure.
time- the
I'm
timing
sure at that point. I
certainly-
would.
But they
The
don't
timing
pick
of
back
them
up like
bad.
where they left off. They when the commercial ends, it's Ventura going, "What an event we
Yeah.
just saw!" And you're like,
What
"I
the
don't fucking see Hogan and Andre anymore."
I'll
I have
just
pay
go
for
to
it?
the few YouTube channels I found that literally air or uploaded unedited original music and everything licensed of ECW fucking
Wow.
pay-per-views. There's a couple YouTube channels that they
Yeah, they're exactly.
I don't know how they fucking get
haven't
away
got-
with it. Yeah.
I don't either. Like
I put a
there's
4-second clip up and we get
I think
fucking
it's a
banned and-
local because I think it's a local thing. Because there is a channel. Fuck, I don't remember I think it's called WWE Tubi or something like that is the name of the YouTube channel. And they do the same thing, but it's the full broadcast, I think, from the like if you lived in the local area and you got that broadcast, that's the one that they rip off.
Well, I was wondering
somehow
guys,
like that's allowed.
Do you guys
I don't know
ever
why.
are you guys subscribed to WWE Vault on YouTube? Is that actually an official WWE channel?
I don't think so, but they have everything on there.
I feel like
right?
it is.
Maybe
though.
it is.
See, I feel like they have some of these small channels where like you don't know it's them, but it's actually them. Because how would they get away with showing full on like matches, total full uninterrupted? They're still
full pay-per-views, full like everything.
There's
like,
another channel. It's called WWE Women's, and like every week they'll post the full women's match of every women's match that was on Raw.
But why
NXT,
wouldn't they just do
SmackDown.
that on their channel though? On WWE's like. It doesn't make any sense.
That's why I almost feel like it might be WWE, and it's like a way, like I don't know, because you know how it just aired on Raw, so it's like you can't.
People think we're cool.
You know, you can't put it up on Peacock the next night on Raw. You know, on the Raw episode. So maybe that's like their way of being able to show you full unedited. You know, even if it's just a match. I don't know. It just I don't know how you get away with it other than that because we do 4 second.
There's so many channels
clips.
that I burn a lot of my sound clips from, and I'm like I'm annoyed while I'm doing this because I'm getting this from YouTube, and I'm doing this video to put it on YouTube, but it'll strike me if I put the video.
I love how we're gonna put this on YouTube tomorrow.
That's fine.
Fuck YouTube. I say it all the time. Fuck
you.
They'll just fucking I don't know.
Sucks balls.
What do you do? Monetize us? Like, we don't know. Ooh.
Let's see. One other thing, just really quick.
They could be blocking our. They could be blocking our. Our people subscribing to us.
Yeah,
you know,
we're not in the algorithm.
They're like every time people go to click follow, it doesn't really. It goes to it goes to thumbs down.
Well,
sure our wrestling podcast has been shadow banned.
We got to name our episodes like "You won't believe what's happening around the world right now," or you know, some stupid clickbait. Yeah, with the UFOs in the background or something. I don't know. Like, that's all it takes. But go ahead, Jess. Sorry.
Drew McIntyre dead? Question mark.
What?
I was going to say,
exactly,
I think Survivor Series is just a result of what the WWE product is now. Like, you are going to get them where they'll just sacrifice entire PLEs. I mean, not the botching of the women's match. There's no excuse for that. But the storylines, like, they just advanced the Bloodline storyline even further, and they sacrificed an entire like gimmick match to do it.
Honestly, I was going to say,
like,
if that women's match,
it's their product. It's what they do.
Women's match, if that women's match was like actually good, I think that would have set a better tone for. Like, I just felt like that deflated me because the other matches were okay. Like the Intercontinental match was great.
Yeah,
Damian and Gunther was okay. Good. You know, it wasn't like bad. And then the main event was, you know, I still liked the match.
I will say this about the women's match.
So there was 5 matches then. Then I'm full of shit. There was 5 on this one.
You fucking.
Anytime Io Sky climbs to the top of the cage and puts a trash can on her head, I go from 6 to midnight. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Joe and I love the celebration. That's all we're gonna say about that. And the Damian match pissed me off like so much too. They fucking do the same ending that they did at SummerSlam.
The same exact ending.
Fuck you.
But
like Finn Balor has a chance of doing anything. He can't be a mid-carder.
He's going to be Damian.
Well, there's been reports that he's going to have a massive push in 2025.
Yep. Like Shinsuke, where they just make him lose for 18 years and then.
Well, I mean,
the U.S. title.
You know what's funny though?
Finn's just going to beat Cody. You know, like in January for no reason.
Yeah, no. Finn's going to go through Roman and Solo and everybody, and then he's going to beat Cody, and then the Rock's going to come back and Finn's going to beat him, and then he's all 3. I told you, Finn. So you had to beat 3 guys before you beat me.
Yeah.
I just said the secret to Shinsuke is just give him some eyeliner. So they'll probably do that with Finn Balor. It's kind of makeup.
I mean, Finn Balor did used to wear the makeup.
He'll come back as a demon. He'll see the demon.
He's Irish, right? Yeah. So they're going to have him come out and like spit green mist. And
ooh, this isn't the Vince McMahon WWE anymore. Come on.
But at least they're Vince
is writing for NFL now, so it's okay.
They're doing good packages with Shinsuke. Today they did a package about how he was reborn and like he got the U.S. champion. It's like a rebirth. So at least they're putting stock behind him. Like, I never thought there would be a day where I would complain about them pushing Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, but at the same time, it's all about the way you do it. But at least they're putting a lot of vignettes behind it.
And then, like I said, you lose to Shinsuke while he has literally the worst version of his song right now. It's like, that's just got to be a big deflator.
Well, Jess and I were talking the other day, like I think on Survivor Series, right, Jess? And it was like
no, it was on our premium chat.
Did they also did they also meet like did they kind of miss the LA Knight window? Like, did they wait too long to like put?
well, that's
both
what I
of
was
them
gonna
as-
ask.
So Joe,
I-
we missed it. I think you just came in or whatever, or maybe
Oh, so-
no, you came in during the main event, did we? Or were we around? No, you
Yeah, I
saw
came
that
to the main
match.
event. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw that match, but like,
So I guess like like on their PLEs they've been doing the loud meter, to show you how
Yeah.
loud the crowd is or whatever.
Wasn't that
so
loud?
they queued it up for LA Knight's entrance, and they're like, "Get ready, this place is gonna go crazy." And they show the meter, and his pop lasted for half a second, and then the meter flatlined, and then like they cut off it real quick, and they didn't use it for the rest of the night.
They never used
Like,
it again.
yeah, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, and everybody was like
yeah.
on it on social media. They're like, "God damn!" And then he lost. Like
Yeah.
Shinsuke on top of it. They're like, "Fuck!"
Wouldn't that
I'm
suck?
like, well,
Wouldn't that suck if they called that right as that happened? Like Shinsuke's going over.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
be
the ref
fucked up.
earpiece,
How
he's like,
deflating would that
Triple
be?
H?
Like,
Excuse me, Paul.
yeah.
ref.
Should we
Well,
call?
it's,
Let's
one
go.
thing-
We're going to
let's
Plan
be-
B. Plan B.
Let's be very clear on that though. That crowd sucked.
That
did.
that
It
crowd
did.
was kind of.
That
It
crowd
did.
was terrible. So that was part of it. But the other part is the
Stone Cold still
question
would've done it.
I was gonna throw to you guys is, are we trading belts back and forth like with the current IC title that's been moving around, or is LA Knight gonna possibly win at Rumble? And are they gonna start the
I
heavyweight
kind of was
title
thinking
push?
Rumble something was going to happen with him, but I don't know.
Because CM Punk's got something in his future. He's probably got a title shot coming out of it Mania. Is LA Knight going to be the other one by then?
I really hope
And
they
he's gonna
like.
win the
To me,
Rumble?
I hope they don't
I'm
go with
just-
Roman. Like I hope they don't do that.
No, they don't need to. Like Roman and the Bloodline are going to be fighting for like another year. It's not.
But even the other title,
Well, and
though,
then The
you
Rock,
have
I guess, right?
you have Drew McIntyre, you have CM Punk, you have
Yeah,
like
there's too many people, dude.
way more people that I would want to see rather than LA Knight at this point. So maybe to Joe's
Yeah.
point and what we were kind of talking about, they might have just missed the window on him, and that's okay because they have a bunch of other people. And so what? He's just a really popular mid carder. I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like we haven't seen those in history, and he could still win multiple, U.S. titles and Intercontinental titles or
That
whatever.
still might
over
not
Are
be
you
like
tonight
saying,
for him. You never
are
know.
you saying he'll never
I-
win a heavyweight title?
I
I'm
don't.
just-
I don't know where he fits in with the long-term
Yeah.
storytelling that they're telling. I don't see how it's within a year. I definitely don't see that happening. Like maybe
I just
two.
don't see. Like to that point, I don't. I think he had this energy like that. That like
It was there.
The Daniel Bryan energy. The CM Punk energy. He had that energy going with him. He had the Austin energy flowing, and I think they just petered out. I think they just they strung it along too long, and without. I think that they probably needed to give him the U.S. title or
And I
IC
wanna
title
say before he beat-
a year
Before he beat Logan Paul, didn't he lose a couple times, like in some key matches? And we're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, it's like they didn't. I could be wrong, but I want to say I remember him losing a little bit, not all the time, but like, and I think I felt
No,
like as they were booking,
it
him,
was earlier than that. It was a little earlier than that. Like he
I
had
mean,
already been winning.
after the Bray Wyatt thing, I mean, after he got popular, like I remember him losing like a couple key matches
Yeah, he
and
did.
like. I think qualifying matches for shit too, like on SmackDown or Raw or wherever he
Yeah.
was. Like,
Probably
and I
King of the
remember
Ring.
just going like, "Why aren't you at least protecting him? If you're not going to like give him a secondary title right now, totally acceptable,
He
but
was
don't
losing.
beat him."
He
Like,
was losing tournament and number one contender matches all the time.
They did.
Yes,
they
and-
did just re-sign him for a
mean-
lot more money. So yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I'm not saying they won't use him, and that was just one crowd. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it could
Crowds
be just.
suck.
The crowd,
I actually think-
sucked.
I actually think they sacrificed his push. I think they sacrificed his push for eyeballs from Logan Paul's podcast. He should have beat Logan Paul, or because Logan Paul won it at WrestleMania, right? And then not this year, last year.
No, he won it. I don't remember when Logan Paul won it.
I
It wasn't at a WrestleMania.
Wasn't like I just feel like he should
I
have
forgot
like
to,
a
yeah.
year, not this SummerSlam, but a year ago SummerSlam. That was the time to put the U.S. or IC title on him to give him more momentum, and they just they didn't. They stalled on him, and like we'll do it in a little.
They
bit.
stalled.
And then-
They booked themselves in a position with him where they're like, "Fuck, he has to lose because we don't want him to go to the finals or be number one contender for this yet." Like, so it's like, and because I get they wanted to capitalize on Logan Paul while they had him for a while, and that totally makes sense. And I liked his reign; it was awesome. Like
Logan Paul won in Crown Jewel over Mysterio.
Yep.
of 23,
November 2023.
23.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Then he lost at SummerSlam to LA Knight,
Oh, I guess so.
and then LA Knight
Oh, I mean-
lost it on Halloween 3.
That's gonna go around for a long time.
Or
Yeah.
and that's our Doritos joke of the night.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks though. But
You have a graphic that you put up, and that was Cuz's joke of the night, brought to you by
Brought to
True
you by
Seltzer.
Prime. Brought to you by Prime.
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown were good though. I'll give you that.
Can we? Yeah. Speaking of Raw, can we talk about the New Day segment? That was interesting.
Excellent.
That was
Excellent stuff.
That was really good.
I don't think I've ever seen them tease a breakup of any team and then make them stronger somehow. Because I don't view
Right.
I don't view Big E as part of them anymore because he has been injured. And so I knew obviously that he was going to come out. Like if you didn't think he was going to come out, like come on.
Yeah, of course.
It's their 10 year. So like I knew he was going to come out eventually, but what they did was awesome and it really tells me that he's clear or is very close to being clear. And he's going to come back and feud like with them and have like a partner or something like that, like and just do like a little thing. But I'm sure like before that even happens, because they love breathing their stories out, New Day will win the tag titles back. They'll get established dominance again. I just worry. They're good. It's a good writing company, so I'm not really worried about it. I trust the Triple H's system, but at the same time, like New Day was special because they were quirky and they were funny, and like that they had a lot of charisma when it came to that. I don't know how the vicious New Day is going to look, and I don't know if they try to be funny heels, it's going to ruin it. Like because the way they did with Big E, that whole promo was like wow, like it was really good.
That's what set New Day off in the beginning. Just were like just turn them heel. God, could you please just turn? And they finally did, and then they got over supremely. That's what happened.
Well, because they started doing like they were being heels, but they were being funny. Like they were Edge and Christian. They started doing like fun. Like they started doing all these different things.
They came out as faces first, and it was terrible.
Yeah, the power of
people.
positivity.
Remember, it was all preachy and churchy and stuff.
Yeah, it was all like power positivity, and people thought they were joking. People like you guys are fucking joking with us, right? Like people in the arena is like, "What? This can't be the gimmick they're pushing on us." And then Vince is like, "Yeah, I mean, they were going to be healed the whole time. That was my whole point." Sure it was.
Fucking liar.
Sure it was.
You're preaching. They had to turn them heel. Thank goodness they did.
And they ain't practicing.
And really, like, and in all fairness, like, I know this is thrown around like a lot, but I mean, they're 10 years. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Like, I mean, and it really, like, it's fair to say that. Like, it really is. Like, what a run. And I know the last couple years they've been super flat and without Big E. Like, it's just the three of them together were great.
Crosses in his new stable to fucking get them over.
Oh, God.
Hey,
that's gaining traction. I shared this.
It's not gaining
the proof is in the pudding there, buddy. The
when
receipts
Cross
are all there.
walks
Dave
out,
shared a video
you hear
earlier.
a pin drop. Cross isn't over any more than like me shitting on a lawn.
I had to give Cross. People are talking about everything that Karrion Cross touches is turning heel, and it
doesn't matter. He did massive. It's not about Karrion Cross,
stable.
Jess. It's about the fucking overall web of storylines.
Oh, so it's like everybody just is that like the new Pop, just being fucking super quiet when he walks out?
He is the WWE. All these storylines are branching off of him.
He's the owner.
Yeah. All these storylines are just branching out of him. Like
it's hilarious.
It's fucking. He's there.
I don't have a problem.
He's the protector of the timelines.
I don't have a problem with him. Like he does a great Ventura impression. Like he seems like a really nice guy.
I know
like,
you got 2 more reps than you.
He had the look and all that stuff. I loved his character in NXT, and then they put a space helmet on him, and that was bad. And then just he's never been able to recover from that. And
he went through that weird phase with his hair. That's all. That's really what threw everything off. So now it's actually he has it long and it's in a ponytail and stuff. So it's coming back. It's
they need to have a loser loses their hair match and he goes back to being bald and scary. And I'll cheer for him.
No, he's gonna be the Fiend. So just watch out.
The whole time it was all part of our imagination.
I mean, that's kind of
the Wyatt Six never came back.
There's some clues there, that people are finding in the storyline that might indicate that. But we'll see what happens. I don't know.
And what did you guys say? We're like T-minus 3 weeks for Raw on Netflix, right?
Oh yeah.
And people are losing their mind on social saying that they're staying PG. What do you guys have to say about that?
I mean, I thought they were going to go like overly extreme. I mean, I think they said that from the beginning. It wasn't like
people thinking like Rhea and Liv are going to come out naked and fight. Like,
that's what people said. They're like,
we're gonna have a mud bath match and like be like tops are ripped off, and it's like
that's what people were saying online. I'm like, why did you think that was going to happen? Why did you think you were going to see
Michael Cole again?
I love pro wrestling, and I can get the occasional F-bomb because it's on streaming. But you weren't going to.
I actually don't. I don't like it. I don't like when AEW does it. Like they
abuse it.
Call me old school purist. Like I don't. When Austin said ass in '97, that was huge and a big deal.
Oh yeah,
and that's about all I want to hear from wrestling. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear fuck. I don't want to hear it. I actually feel like it cheapens the product.
Well, to your point, he could have said, "I'll stomp your ass, I'll stomp the shit," but he said, "I'll stomp a mud hole in you." That's what Austin used to say. It was
no,
kind of
but-
creative,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'll
he
stomp
said
a
ass
mud
all
hole
the
in you,
time. He
walk it
like,
dry.
popped was popping the middle finger or whatever, and that was awesome, especially at that time because had never been done. But like when I watch
There's two
AEW and they're dropping F bombs,
Yeah, like
occasionally
everyone.
when the Christian or
Yes,
when
that's
Christian
exactly what I was thinking the whole time.
was like fuck
you.
off or whatever it was. I was like. That was cool because I think it was used right, but there was a period where like
Go fuck
MJF
yourself.
was saying it all the time, and like so they had a
Yeah.
bunch of different guys like dropping F bombs every week or every other week, and I'm like,
make it.
It's like,
make
oh,
it
you're
where
edgy.
it doesn't make
Make
sense.
it where it creates emphasis.
Your
right?
name's
Like,
Adam
where it's-
Copeland. You're edgy. Like,
Well, that's not true.
wait.
That was
Now
the
you're-
Halloween 3 second joke of the week. Watching,
And
Rampage,
Dave,
AEW
custom
we are
object.
1 week. Well, from this recording, when people are listening to it, we are 1 week away from Saturday night's main event.
Yeah,
The
I'm
return.
excited
When was
about
the
that.
last? When was the last Saturday night's main event?
Couple
it
years
was
ago, yeah.
07 or 08.
Was it that long? I thought they
Yeah,
had
it was-
one
it
like
was
Almost
16
20 years
or.
ago.
I don't think.
Wow,
I
really?
could be wrong. Let me go see here. Give me a second.
I mean, I'm probably
Shut
wrong.
up. Okay, let me hang on.
Tap it in your
That would make sense because that's when I stopped when I stopped watching
yelling.
around that time.
What is it going to be at 11:30 p.m. or
Yeah, July the 28th, 2008.
Wow.
Was
That's-
the last
Yeah, I
one.
wasn't watching it, so
It's in prime time. It's 8:00 Eastern time.
Oh yeah, I was going to say it can't be at 11:30.
No. They're like
Fucking do
especially
it.
because it's on Peacock. Like it's on Peacock.
Just do it.
Like
It's on cock.
So there's 4 matches set. What is it, a PLE, huh? There's 4 matches set.
It's on TV, man.
The tournament finals for the women's U.S. title.
Peacock
It's going to be a singles match. It's either Bailey or Chelsea Green versus Tiffany Stratton and Mission. Is that how you say her name?
Michin.
Michin? Fuck, I don't listen. Then singles match for the women's championship. Liv Morgan against Io Sky.
yes,
That'd be good.
Damn it, Gunther against.
I'm
So
gonna-
that's for the U.S.
I'm gonna have
title.
a-
That
I'm gonna
first
have a
one,
problem
Jess.
with that title.
Yeah, that first one's
That
for
match.
the final of the U.S. title, and then we have fucking Gunther against Finn Balor, whatever. Then we have
gonna be-
Cody
it's gonna be
Rhodes.
good.
We have Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Championship.
Kevin Owens got a shot.
good.
I believe it. I feel it.
I'm looking. I am looking
I wish,
on
dude. I
the
want him to win.
forecast for it,
It's not gonna happen.
and there's already been another one scheduled in for January on Saturday Night's Main Event. January
Oh wow,
25th.
really? Okay. So we're gonna get one a month. God damn it, dude! They're just gonna don't
So
don't start doing this.
we're gonna get a Raw and SmackDown every week. We're gonna
Saturday's
get
Main Event.
We're gonna get
PLE every 3 weeks.
A PLE every 3 or 4 weeks, and a Saturday night's main event.
Isn't Royal Rumble first weekend of February this year? Didn't they move
Yeah,
it?
it's in February this time, so this is probably what they're replacing it with, I guess.
Yeah.
So
they
no
moved it
December
up,
pay per view.
huh?
Wow.
Well, okay, so no December
Royal
pay per
Rumble's
view,
gone, huh? Can't
and no
believe it.
January pay per view.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
Saturday Night Main Event will be considered.
Well, yeah,
Really
well,
PLE
I mean,
because of where it's being broadcast, but yeah, I mean,
And then we got NXT Deadline tomorrow. That's
difference.
gonna be a good card.
yeah.
We got
Who's predictions for women's U.S. title?
U.S. title. I got
and who you got?
man. I want to say Tiffany Stratton, but I also don't because of the briefcase. So maybe
She has a
Bailey.
briefcase. She doesn't need to.
So Bailey, maybe I'm thinking.
Okay.
Give it that star power
Who-
right off
who
the
would-
bat.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Bailey or Io Sky, I think.
Well, no, Io's on the
it's gonna,
Intercontinental.
I think for
side.
for
on the
the
Raw
IC,
side.
I think it's going to be Valkyria. I
Or
think
are you-
Valkyria's going to win the IC title.
That's
We'll see. That's what I want. That's what
I
I'm
don't
hoping
know
for.
because they haven't really done much with her. Like after she debuted, they kind of like she went back to NXT for a couple matches and then just kind
Well,
of
she
back
she
and-
finaled for King of the Ring and it was a great match. I mean,
Yeah,
against,
that is true though. She did. That is
against
true.
Nia it was a really good match.
Can't think of who else would be that. See, I could see Io win that one. The Intercontinental.
She's in the IC. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in the IC tournament.
Oh, sorry, did I mix that up? Sorry, like
No,
I
you're
thought
good.
she was in the US one.
No, you're good. No, do it again. But
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So what's interesting about the whole thing is like I know like one I think it's for the IC title only has the whole roster only has like 11 women in it. So
Do you think
they need more women, right?
do you think they'll quietly discontinue the tag titles for women?
I don't know. I mean,
I think if you're going to do it now. Because they're bringing two secondary championships for each women's brand. So that's a lot more for the women to do. Now they're competing for 2 titles instead of just one and a tag team. I mean, you don't need the tag team. There's not enough. There's
Yeah.
not enough people.
yeah.
And
I mean,
kind of
unless
forcing
they
tag
plan
teams
on
together,
flooding it from
Jess,
NXT.
right? You're kind of forcing tag teams to get.
Yeah,
together,
there's no
so that don't make
division. There's
sense.
no like. There's no reason for me to care like or anything. Like there's no stakes.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they're going to struggle. I think they're going to struggle with the secondary women titles anyway. But whatever. Like, I mean, they got it. They're going to.
I think
I
it's
don't
too
know,
much. I think they only should have done one. They should have rotated between the shows. But
I think ultimately they made the same mistake that they did on the men's side, is that they should have had a women's world title and then an IC and a US title, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then you have an IC and
World
a
title
US
should
on
be going
either
back and
side,
forth.
and then the world title goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Goes back and
That's
forth,
essentially
yeah.
what they should have done with the men's as well, but nobody asked us. So.
no, nobody asked the experts.
It's weird. It's like, yeah, they didn't want to sacrifice Roman's storyline at the time because they knew Cody was pretty much going to finish it. So they're like, well, we need something for Seth and them to do. Let's make another fucking world title again. And it's like, oh,
like,
God damn it. Like,
How many splinters of it? It's like creating Horcruxes at this point. Like it's just dying. Like the title just gets less and less important.
Well, they're gonna try.
If you
Let it ride.
know Harry Potter, you know what I'm talking about.
That's what
Horcruxes.
they're gonna do. See the morning.
yeah.
I can see the light.
Sorry, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, they can also. I mean, people can also start to. They're going to start defending the Saudi Arabia title, right? On every other week, right?
like the speed title. They just
No, it's
defended
stuck. Like
on
they
YouTube.
just fly the two wrestlers out to Saudi Arabia, just them, just to have the match.
If Cody,
that
if
title's
Cody can
bigger
get that off
than Liv
the,
Morgan, man. It's like taller and bigger than she is.
This is a
Massive.
great belt, right? Well, it's not coming with you. You get a ring instead.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the title's got to stay in the
doing?
kingdom.
Yeah, the
Gotta
prince.
stay in
The
kingdom.
prince wears
it's
it.
got- it's a kingdom championship. It's only on Saudi Arabia soil.
You fucked up and they signed Cody over to the
It's
prince.
actually all these emeralds are actually blood diamonds and blood emeralds, so he actually can't leave the. He can't enter the United States, basically.
Right.
People died making the title, is what I'm saying. But the ring is cleared. You can take the rings.
Hey,
The ring,
diamonds at this point.
the ring also has some blood on it, but not as much. It's not as
Yeah.
much. We got to give you something. So
Hey, Jared's responsible for that too, buddy. He's got blood diamonds in his store. Or what is it? Jared's? I don't remember. Jerome's? I don't fucking know.
No,
Jerome's,
it was
yeah,
Jared.
Jerome's, there you go.
Jared?
They all
I thought it was
do.
Jerome.
They all do.
Yeah, they all do. It's like Jerome's, Jared's.
Not getting those
Jay's.
things around the corner, my friend.
Yeah.
Hey,
And every kiss begins with it. Yeah.
It-
2 months salary lasts forever.
Yeah.
There we go.
what a
too much
heartwarming
salary.
commercial about selling.
I don't
I
think
was
that's true.
more of a fake gold at Mervin's guy on Christmas Eve.
little
the stuff that stained your arm on your wrist.
a little
Oh, yeah.
cubic zirconia
With a
from
little
the Home
green on
Shopping Network.
Yeah.
Hells yeah. Hells
That's
yeah.
good.
Like
Instant right
so,
there,
they
right?
like legitly. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on the Saudi
No, we
Arabia
should,
title,
we should.
But like legitly, so they didn't let him go out because they're worth a lot of money, right? That is true. And then now what they're gonna do? Like they thought it was all a good idea. The once WWE left, were they all just in a room after Triple H left? Everyone got on the plane and left, and they were staring at these belts, going, "Well, now what the fuck are we gonna do with these?" Like that's what. So they're sitting somewhere, and so like, where are they?
What about
Like,
all
what
the
are we
dudes at
doing?
bottom? Like the guys
Oh
at
no,
bottom
they have
in the
that.
crowd.
Don't they have the
Yeah.
WWE experience
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I think they.
So it's
I think
there.
they- yeah.
The
100%.
Saudi shop
Fucking-
zone or whatever the fuck it is.
Who fuck?
Oh well,
like,
shit. I mean, that's actually a reason to go, right? To go see the
Yeah.
belt. I'm down with paying $2,000, and
No, it's
signs everywhere. Don't
I just
touch.
gotta
Don't
make
look
sure-
for too long. Don't look at
I think
it.
my wife would really like it. Like I'll have to buy her a burqa beforehand, but I think she'll be
Look-
down.
looking at these
Oh, I'm
belts
sure
is
there's a
like
lot of-
seeing
there's-
Muhammad.
there's a lot of
You will
beautiful places
die
out there.
if you look at Muhammad. You will be killed.
They've actually placed it like it's always in the east part of the building, so it's always facing Mecca. You know,
There's no cool stuff there, cuz, by the way. It's going to be like Ronnie Garvin and Greg Valentine's boots from like one match they had on Superstars. Like, it's all
No,
the
Valentine's
bullshit that we-
Shingard.
no, no,
It's
it's gonna
Valentine's
be-
Shingard is there.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
the
be Tommy
Heartbreaker. Sign it?
Tommy Rich's like granny panty trunks
Yeah.
from like
Like
Tommy
hair
Rich.
from a prelim that Brutus Beefcake cut on one TV taping in 1988.
What if
Like,
it's all fake
Lanny's frisbees. are
Outback
there.
Jack's hat. you
Yeah.
know?
Like WWE totally like lied to them. It says like the part of the ring from Pat Patterson's Rio de Janeiro win or something like all the shit that didn't happen. It was
That'd
like
be
a
fucking
feather of
hilarious.
the gobbledygooker.
yes, it's the worst shit.
Yes,
They're gonna have like a mummified version of Frankie Coco's bird, like in the corner.
oh my
Like a piece of the turnbuckle where Diesel won in the house show against Bob Backlund when he won the world title.
Or the
high
one that,
energy,
like,
the high energy
one that
suspenders are
George
there, I
Animal
heard.
Steel
Yeah.
ate in at
Yes.
Saturday night's main event.
This is the thermometer that took Bret Hart's temperature to 105.
Yeah, when he had to give up, when he lost to the Mountie.
When he lost to the Mountie.
That's hilarious.
They might as well just put Mae Young's hand over there. Like, what is this?
Probably that. That's a good one.
What is this?
That's the main
that's the main
attraction. I
display.
guarantee you that's the main attraction.
That's the first thing you see when you open the door.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's Mae Young's hand.
The father, world's strongest man.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. World's strongest man.
It's just all the worst stuff.
That's fucking great. That's good stuff. The GTV logo for no reason. Remember that?
I just think
all
of how
the
much
worst.
bullshit they have. Like if they have all of like Mark Henry's fucking like ring attire,
He's all-
and they're like, this is really important stuff. Like here,
The shitty
put it in your
WCW
place.
stage when they changed their logo, the one that people kept falling on, like that first Nitro, like
my
that
God.
stage is there.
Which
What
wrestler?
about the turntable that Lex Luger like never worked?
Oh.
Like, they gave him that.
Oh
one.
yeah, the spinning table.
The spinning table.
Who would
He's
be
trying to
working
make it
there as a
work.
tour guide?
He's trying to spin it.
If you went there and just a random wrestler from the past, who's working there as a tour
You
guide
are
right now?
you are about to enter Hall of Fame for World Bodybuilding Federation.
Yes,
Gary Stridham.
I'm
There's
just
all these
way.
expired Ico pros,
this
like just
way.
everywhere.
Oh,
That's
my
another.
God.
That's another secret shame for me, bro. I bought some IBF, books back in the day. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna be a bodybuilder. They make a lot of money. They don't make shit. It's like that. What a worthless way.
Would you like to meet Sean and Craig Mooney?
Craig
No.
Big George.
No.
It was a
Yes.
no shit. It wasn't. Which was the one where the two of them?
Todd Pettengill and Sean Mooney.
No, the
Oh, you're talking about with Sean Mooney?
didn't Sean Mooney have a twin that they tried to pass off?
I don't think so. No, that was
Fucking
Earl.
Mandela effect. Here we go.
No,
Next
I-
episode,
it wasn't-
next
it
episode of the
wasn't
Mandela
the-
effect.
Wasn't the Hebner thing? No.
I'm gonna find it. I'm coming off.
It's absolutely.
Whoa,
it's like,
wait.
great.
Nah, it never happened. Mandela effect.
Mandela
It,
effect.
you know
back in
what?
play.
It might be.
Hey, it's got you. Because it probably really happened, Craig. It just, not on this timeline anymore. We're not on that timeline anymore.
Oh God.
Well,
Sorry, I was just looking up flights to Riyadh for the museum.
Wait.
$1,800 from San Diego.
let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go record an episode at the WWE Experience in Riyadh. Come on.
Live.
Of course, we have to go in June when it's 140 degrees outside.
Jesus.
O.W.P.
Oh, thank you.
O.W.P.
We're like major celebrities, like Brett was overseas. Like when we go overseas, we're all.
That'd be fucking funny.
Like Dave Butterfield
Okay.
says, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Did you find it?
Oh, that's right. You guys listen to the show?
Right. You listen. There's a reason to say fuck Dave Meltzer.
Ian Mooney. It was Sean and Ian Mooney.
There you
But Ian
go.
was. They never. What do you mean they would? I didn't know that they were ever on TV. Were they?
You've done it, Craig. You've done it.
I think he always talked about it. They pretended to be the same person. But
Oh,
they-
so like if Sean couldn't be there, that's fucking genius.
Oh wow.
That'd be
on
hilarious.
occasion, Mooney portrayed his fictional siblings, an identical twin brother Ian Mooney, while co-hosting Wrestling Spotlight.
I had no idea. That's crazy.
Wow.
Wait, he
I didn't know.
portrayed them, so he was just it was characters.
I don't know.
Well, you
Yeah,
got me
he's
all
pretty
into
wiki,
it.
bro.
It was.
You got me
it was
all
one-
excited.
This might be
One guy
we might
was-
have to do like actual
one guy, two
documentary
parts.
style fucking episode of that.
You can't talk about twin Moonies and not tell me everything.
Right.
It was only. That's all it says.
Fuck,
Oh man,
bullshit.
they left
Now
that
I'm
fucking
Googling
wide open
Sean
for
and-
us to fucking dig into.
We're have to get Sean on the show. Say, hey man.
Do you have a twin brother? He's like, no, and then he turns around with a fake mustache. He's like, hello, I'm Ian. I'm like,
Hello,
oh,
I'm
okay,
Ian.
we're working this.
Nice.
Well,
Well, guys, there's matches
see us,
tomorrow.
Craig.
NXT deadline. 5 great matches.
yeah.
Sure to be bangers.
Bangers.
We're well, Craig, where are we gonna see?
We'll
it?
see you at the matches.
Nice, clean and easy.
Saudi
simple.
Arabia.
Right to it. I love it.
Yep.
And
See
stop.
you and.